Hey, what's up, Dex?
How you doing, Ralph?
I'm doing all right, man. I tell you what, seriously, I should have discussed this beforehand, before, when we were prepping, but today was a bit of a challenge for me because I had to deal with my lawyer, I had to deal with the insurance company, and my doctor at the same time.
Oh my God.
Oh, and my
Did you have them on a conference call or no,
y-
just separate
no,
phone
it
calls?
was constant. I was trying to just keep up with one, then the other one would call. I should have done a conference call. And it's all over in about insurance. So it's anyway,
Oh my
it's
God.
not.
That's like,
We can
yeah,
take
that
the
could
whole freaking episode right there.
we can,
So,
yeah, about 1 to 5 different episodes on insurance. Oh my gosh.
so everybody, hi, happy New Year, right? First of all, let's get that one.
Happy New Year. Yeah, we just bounce right into it, right, guys? We just like we don't even acknowledge our audience, which is like horrible. And we should because you are our audience.
Yeah.
But we just like roll right into it and then we don't even but you know what we did want to do, and we actually did talk about it when we were prepping before the call. We did want to thank everyone who has watched us and who has, given us a thumbs up. And you know what? Do we have any thumbs down? That's okay too because it allows us to improve. Do we,
Yeah.
Ralph?
No, we don't have any thumbs down,
Oh,
and
it'll come.
yeah, yeah. Now I've gotten the emails.
Tell will come. But
Ah,
no, we just wanted to thank everyone and Happy New Year and and keep the questions coming because we have a couple of questions. We're going to kind of do something a little different with the format, and we're always experimenting. It's going to take us a while before we get to a format that we really like, right? But we want to answer the questions from our audience to start off our podcast, and then we're going to roll right into what we had in mind, which we usually do not stick to anyway, but that's okay.
it's a good idea to go ahead and acknowledge the audience first and foremost.
Yes, yeah.
So, but as you can see, before we get into the questions, see, we've got a new format. We're using
Hmm.
Riverside, which is a new recording format, and I like it because it brings the images much closer. And for anybody who remembers those first couple of episodes that we did, obviously I didn't know what I was doing. It's painfully obvious, but we're improving, and at
Maybe
least
we'll
we.
delete those episodes, right? Like until episode 3.
That's not a bad idea. I might just go ahead and throw them in a burn pile.
Because those will come back to haunt us one day,
Why? Do over.
They will.
All right. And so, like Dexter said, let's just start off with a couple of questions. We've got a few questions, but in the interest of time, we're going to choose one question for Dexter and one for me this episode, and then we're just
Cool.
going to pick out more questions as we go. So,
Awesome.
the first question, you want it or you want me to field mine?
No, I'll take it. Why not?
All right. The first question comes in from Jasmine for you. And the question is, ready for this? The
Sure.
question is, what came of your dog's dental problems?
Oh, really? That's what. Well, thankfully, those dental problems were taken care of.
Uh-huh.
So, the decision was, my God, and like during Christmas, during the holidays and everything like that, do I want to spend? And it was an insane amount of money, that kind of money on dog dental care. And ultimately, you come to the decision that you said, you know what, that's insane. Why am I even thinking about this? This is like my companion,
Your buddy.
for the past,
Yeah.
my buddy for the past 8 years. So like, why would I even think about you? You have that thought in your head, like a human being. It's, oh my God, that's a lot of money. And then you go, oh my God. And then they start looking at you and you're like, with these little eyes, please don't kill me.
Yes, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, but she actually, to answer the question, she actually had a lot of her teeth pulled, but not all of her teeth pulled, which is great.
Mhm.
And then, but she's learned to like eat. We're getting her soft food and stuff, so she's good. Thank you for asking, Jasmine. She's
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
I
eight.
saw
She's
that
eight.
question.
She's 10 years old and still kicking, running around like a crazy dog.
Yeah, well, and dog years was that's like 70, something like that.
something like that. A little before
Yeah.
70. Yeah, she's
Mm.
still, man, she's moving. She's still flying up and down the stairs. She's still running around in her bursts of speed. So, that's how, hey, that's what I use as a barometer.
She's still moving. Okay,
She's
that's a good sign.
still moving. She's still moving.
Woo. Okay,
Uh,
and now my question comes in from somebody named kind of a creative email name, no? Currently jobless. Currently jobless.
currently, oh, I like that.
Yeah,
Currently jobless.
currently Lee. So obviously, I think maybe part of his name is or her name is Lee. Anyway, the question is, tell us about your studio. And so, okay, I'm assuming we're talking about where I'm recording from right
Yeah,
now.
I'm assuming they're talking about your studio because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just
The
gonna,
question, well, yeah, the question is addressed to
yeah,
me.
your
And
studio.
so, okay, if you guys want to know, so this room that I'm recording in is actually it's a sunroom. I've got a couple of sunrooms, and I've converted this sunroom into an office slash dressing room.
Mm.
And if anybody wants to, you guys can see back here, I've got a couple of sports memorabilia collectibles, and over here off to the side here, let me expand over there. I've got a curio cabinet with more collectibles. I'm collect sports collectibles kind of a guy. And then back there is a bit of a dressing room as where I've got my I guess my dress attire. Shirts, pants, suits, and shoes, as you can see back there. And don't look down there because that's a mess. Don't look, don't look.
Everybody's got a mess in their
Yeah.
room somewhere.
So that is and over here I've got some more stuff. Just a couple of some plants over there, and that's about it, really. But yeah, so this is a sunroom that I converted into. First, it was an office, and then it was a dressing room, and now it's a studio. So who knows what it's going to be next week? So
Yeah,
anyway,
well,
great.
that all depends.
Yeah. So all right. So now
So
my
terrific. Thank you for the questions. Hopefully we'll get some
yeah, I
more.
appreciate
Yeah.
that. I appreciate the interest in me personally, and so yeah. So and again, every episode we'll pick out a question, and actually that's a nice segue into what I wanted to discuss now. Is I had we had discussed giveaways in the last episode, and so Dexter and we discussed how we're going to do these giveaways, and I think the best way, the most fair way, is to pick out at random uh, anybody who is subscribed, has given us likes, and has commented, because those people are obviously they're investing their
Hmm.
time,
Hmm.
and I think that's the fair way, the most fair way to do that. So, you know, once a month or when however, depending on how many giveaways we've got right now, we're up to five. We'll just choose one per episode, and again, just randomly pick, and that's that. So,
So
and
is the giveaway going to be like the our audience member will say, "Hey, A, B, C, D, E," like that, or no?
I don't know.
Or you have them for their next five.
I know everybody that is subscribed, and so it's
Got
just a
it.
matter
Got it.
of getting everybody who is subscribed and has made comments and given us the thumbs, people, thumbs up. And so we're going to go with that, and Dexter and I will come up, I'm sure, with I think a very fair way of picking out a winner, and everybody else will go right back into the hat for the next giveaway. So everybody's going to get an opportunity, uh,
Cool.
a couple of opportunities. So,
Awesome.
and on that note, obviously, please subscribe, comment, give us a like, and that automatically enrolls everybody in who does that into the giveaway. So it helps us, and it increases your chances of winning. And some
Well,
of
to
these,
be fair, to be
yeah,
fair, Ralph, we should
yeah,
also say, look, if you dislike it too and you still leave a comment, you're still enrolled.
Oh
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
I
let's
think you're.
not,
I think you're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So
Just yeah, something.
so obviously, guys out there, obviously we're still working through all this.
Yeah,
Obviously,
we want likes, but we'll take
yeah.
dislikes too, so long as it's constructive, right? No hating.
Nah, yeah, no hating. And if you do have hate
Yeah.
mail, I'll give you Dexter's email address so you can and his phone number. You can call him directly.
No, no, I will not answer.
Oh God.
So what are we rolling into today,
So let's
man?
just go ahead and roll into the new year and discuss a couple of things. I sent you a list of things. I don't know whether you got to
I
them
saw
or
the
not.
congestion pricing, which started today, right, for New
Oh
Yorkers.
yeah, I saw that, man, and I heard about that this morning. Oh yeah, was it yesterday morning? I don't know. My days are blending because I work days and nights sometimes. Anyway, so this congestion pricing, otherwise known as a commuter tax, let's face
Which
it,
is exactly what it
that's what it
is.
is. That went into effect. Was it yesterday? I think it was.
It was Sunday.
Yeah. So yeah,
So
and not for nothing, but it is not cheap. I
it's
saw.
$9 every time you come into Manhattan below 59th Street. It
Yeah.
is $9.
Just to drive in. Oh, and by the way, don't forget the tolls that you have to pay just to come in to New
Yes,
York. So if you're
yes.
rolling in from Jersey via the Holland Tunnel or whatever, right? You're getting taxed there also.
You're gonna get hit twice.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
exactly,
are you
man.
getting hit twice in the Jersey side? Do you get hit? Because you're gonna get hit coming into New York City.
Probably,
Yeah.
probably. So
You
yeah,
know.
it's in my opinion, and I'm glad that I don't have to pay that as often as some other people are going to have to pay that congestion tax or whatever you want to call it, commuter tax. It's $9 a shot, and I saw something about 250 for overnight. I don't know what that means.
So the peak congestion pricing tax is in place until 9 o'clock,
Okay.
9 p.m. I think it's from 6 to 9.
Uh-huh.
If I believe it's 6 to 9 or 7 to 9, one of those two. And anytime after 9, it drops considerably. So the whole idea there, I think, is that the MTA wants to push deliveries. The ultimate goal is to reduce congestion in Manhattan, right? That's
Mhm.
what's pretty bad all over, honestly, but
Yeah.
Manhattan is a test, right?
Yes.
So they want to be able to get to the point where the traffic is not unbearable with double parked trucks and deliveries and things like that. So they're kind of pushing the rate is pushing multiple deliveries. Like if you're going in and
Mhm.
out of Queens, right,
Yeah.
2 or 3 times a day, it's
It takes a
that's
toll.
it gets expensive. It's $30 a day, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
that's going to take some. That's going to take a lot off your profit. So they're pushing business owners to do their deliveries at night,
Hmm.
where they're pushing car owners to obviously not drive. The problem with that in my mind is how do you, if the whole idea behind the congestion tax is to create revenue,
Hmm.
and you're reducing traffic. So how are you
Yeah.
going to get your traffic? I
Yeah.
guess you're hoping that it truly does turn 24/7 and the city never stops. And even at 2 o'clock in the morning, you still have traffic?
And that's not what anybody wants.
No.
You know what I mean? It's and not least of which, now I've driven through that part of town, 59th to
Sure.
70th a couple times, and not for nothing, a couple of lanes have been already occupied by the city. Some of these lanes have been taken out. Uh, in some parts, the sidewalks are extended, and it's extended onto the adjoining lane. So the one adjoining lane to the curb, that's out of commission. On top of that, you've got bike lanes now, which yeah, bicyclists have the rights to obviously, traverse and all that good stuff. But that's more space that's been taken from motorists. And now you've got these lanes that are dedicated for the pricing increases or whatever these things are there. So they're specialized lanes, I guess. And the point I'm trying to make is in some areas it's gone from the original 4 or 5 lanes, one direction, to like 2 or 3. So this price congestion tax is because of the politics of New York City. They've increased the congestion and now they're taxing people. A little something that they're not talking about is bridge tolls are also increased, and in some
Yes,
cases substantially.
yes.
You know,
It's
like
insane.
yeah, like the Verrazano. I think it's going from 15.90, which already is outrageous, to over $20.
That's insane. That's an insane
Just
amount of money. I mean, as a Staten Island resident, I know you get a discount, a
I
significant
don't
discount.
know. I
You do,
guess.
you do,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
do.
yeah. But I'm
Yeah,
not. So
but
you
you're
know, if
not
I'm
right because you use it
so
infrequently, right? Right.
yeah. So if I'm going that way across the Verrazano to the Brooklyn Bridge, guess what? There's another one there, and the Brooklyn Bridge also got an increase, and like about a $4 increase per pop. I mean, this is going to get very, very expensive, and I can see why a lot of New Yorkers are really bitter about this.
And eventually, it's coming, right? They're changing the MTA. The transit fares are going to go up to $3.
Mm.
Now, it's still having said that, $3 is still a hell of a discount.
Oh
It
yeah,
really, really is. Three
sure,
dollars is not a lot of money by comparison. It's a lot of money to people
sure,
who don't have it,
right.
but by comparison to $30 a day in tolls, it's not.
Yeah. You're basically forcing the people that don't have, I think you're basically forcing them out of the city. I think you are. Because if you can't afford barely, transit, trains as it is right now, increasing it by 30% or whatever the number is going to be, that's not going to help anybody. You talk about turnstile jumpers and hoppers, you're going to see them bouncing around all over the place now. So anyway,
It's
so
gonna be a little crazy. So, what else do you
man,
want to talk about, brother? Because we congested pricing. That's one of those things that's gonna be. Oof. We won't really know how it's affecting New York because it's a very small sample. It just started yesterday.
mhm.
So probably by the end of the week, the MTA will let us know, hey, are there more cars, less cars? You know, we'll see that, as they take that money and God knows what they do with it.
Somehow I don't think that tax is going to go away.
No, no, there are proposed increases. There's one no, there's one, I believe in 2030 and another one in 2035. I don't
Yeah,
remember the dates, but there's two proposed increases after this. They just, which they've done. If you're a child of the 70s and the 80s, then you know how far the subways have come. You know how far they've
wow.
come. But
Yeah,
at the same time, they're not they're not like, why is it taking so much money to run these? And a lot of it has to do with salaries and insurance and retirement
sure,
pensions and
sure.
all that. It's all
And
very,
we get that. I get
and
it.
we get all that, but it's at the same time, it's just wow. They just keep living in this city. They just keep hitting you over the head one more time and one more time and one. It's just what else, man? Come
Yeah.
on.
And that is why I'm seeing it over on our end in Jersey. There's a great deal of there's a lot of displacement locally here because a lot of people from the city are relocating to the
Mm.
North Jersey area because either they
Which is still
can't.
expensive, isn't it? Isn't North
It
Jersey
is.
expensive?
It is. The further north, the closer you get to New York City, the more expensive it is. So,
Right. Right.
like Jersey City, which is basically a small New York City, a two-bedroom, one bath apartment, you're looking at between 35 and 4,500.
Mm.
Easy, easy. You know, in Elizabeth, which is the town that I'm much closer to, you get two bedroom, one bath, tiny apartments for now they're closing in on $2,000 a month.
Oh wow.
And to a New Yorker, that's that's a godsend. And that's how
It is a
expensive
godsend.
it that's how expensive it is there. So they're relocating to North Jersey, and they're displacing people that are on a budget living, here, and they're having to, move somewhere else because which landlord isn't going to want to, increase from 1,400 to 2,000?
Oh,
They're
it's
all going to
old
do that.
school. It's old school gentrification. They did it.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
doing it there. They've done it there for years. They did it in Brooklyn. They're still doing it. They're doing it in the
yeah,
Bronx,
yeah, man.
Manhattan.
So
Everybody's been pushed up to past, 130th Street, 140th at this point.
Yeah. So it's, but man, when you hit somebody that hard, like just happened yesterday, that is brutal what happened to tax them to commute, and then those toll increases, which we're honestly we're looking about 25 to 35% increase. That's no that's not a tiny little number. That's
No,
huge.
it's a, and fortunately, and I mean fortunately, I mean right now it doesn't affect me as much, right? Because I'm
Right.
not driving into the city as much as I used to.
Hmm.
So it doesn't, but God, what that's doing to someone who's in the city all the time. We're talking about everyone from taxi, Uber,
Mm.
first responders, deliveries. I mean, it's just insane the amount of money that's going to flow out of people's pockets. And
Yeah.
they just, as a politician, you just don't. You're not looking at it as it flowing out of your pocket, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
why would
no,
they?
why would
Why
you,
would
right? Because you're
and
getting, chauffeured
and
to your to your
and
to your
here's another side of it that a lot of people don't quite seem to understand, or maybe they do and they're just blind to it, or purposely blind to it, is even if you're not a motorist, don't think that that's not going to impact you. If you order delivery and somebody's got to drive in and take a $9 hit just to deliver your food, don't think that the delivery fees aren't going to increase because
Yeah,
they are.
you're not getting anything from
Yeah.
Queens or Brooklyn. So if your favorite pizza place is in Brooklyn, kiss that goodbye.
Yep.
You know, and your
So,
favorite Indian restaurants in Queens, you can kiss that goodbye.
yep,
You know.
exactly. So everybody's going to pay whether you are a motorist or not, or whether you think you're not going to be impacted or not. Now, another subject that I don't know whether it's a good time to bring it up or not, but I don't know if you're checking out the news. Over in China, they're pushing a new virus, not pushing it, but there's talk about a new virus. It's got all the symptoms of pneumonia. Basically, it's mimicking COVID. So now we've got another virus spreading through China, and I've seen some videos of Chinese hospitals and just as jam packed. So I think, conspiracy theory or not, I think here we go again. Whether it's going to have the same impact that COVID did, I don't know. I don't think it will, but here it comes again.
Yeah, I don't think that that's gonna. Even if it were, I think they shot their shot on that, right?
Hmm.
I think. I mean, but look, we were locked down, and no, it looks like a distant memory now. It feels like that too. That was just a few years ago.
Yeah.
And that we were out of commission for a good 2 years
Hmm.
in the US, and people forget that very quickly. Almost 2 years. And it's just, I think we're much more aware now, no matter what comes our way. I think we're much more prepared now. We've learned our lessons. I don't think we're going to allow that to the degree. It may happen to some degree, but not to the great degree that it happened before. And you still have a lot of political fallout, right? Some people don't believe, you should have been under lockdown to begin with. It should have just run its course, so on and so forth. And then you have others that should have been in lockdown. And, it's just one of those situations that I don't think whatever happens, if we allow that to happen, oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, come on,
That might be something that we may not be able to recover from.
to recover from.
If
Right.
that happens again, and God forbid, nobody needs that. I mean, it's just, and at the end of the day, because it so closely mimics COVID, now to some
Mm,
people, COVID was a big hit. I mean, some people, didn't recover at all. So, but most people did, and most people recovered quickly. But not least of which, nobody wants to go through that again. Nobody wants to go through the lockdowns. Nobody wants to go through the kids being stuck in the apartments or in the homes or, oh God. It's just, again, we don't need that. You know what I mean? Who
right.
does?
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see what comes of that. But yeah, so I'm seeing it. I started seeing it over the weekend, and I thought, we'll see. And then this morning I
Again,
saw
you're like these
that,
clowns again.
yeah, and then Then this morning I saw a report where they're showing again Chinese emergency rooms jam packed. Now, I don't know whether that's true or not. I don't know whether that's real or not, but here we go again, you know?
Here we go again. The truth of the matter is, and if anybody thinks that that was not, um, uh, if anyone thinks that that was a leak, that was unplanned, that was very much planned. And
Of
they
course.
knew what was happening. The Chinese knew what was happening
Of course.
before anyone else did. And they knew months before it was happening. And they could have said something and they didn't. And they
Hmm.
could have prevented a world calamity and they didn't. And that's something that, I'm not blaming every single Chinese person for that, right? That was their
No,
political powers,
they
right? That
suffer
being that
too.
made, sure, they suffered too, that made those decisions. But it's like, how dare you make those decisions? There are, I understand political ideology and there's a difference, right?
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
Across the world, you're just not going to
sure.
believe in the same, you're just not.
Right.
But at the same time, when it comes to human life, if you knew that this was going to be a potential catastrophe, why not let the world know? You
Right.
could have actually even softened your image a bit if you had done that, right?
Yeah.
Rather
You
than
could have
this
come
calm,
across as the hero. Sure.
as the hero. You could have come across as someone who wanted to be. And if you had any sort of political machinations in your mind, you could have taken advantage of that. But
Hmm.
no, you decided to keep it from us. You decided to just
Let's,
play the bully, continue to play the bully. And
yeah.
then we're still doing, and it's funny, we're still doing trade with you, which is hysterical. We still buy
Yeah.
goods from you.
Oh, God. Yeah.
You try to kill us, and we still buy goods from you.
We're still buddies. Don't worry about
We
it.
still, we still buy your paper plates.
Oh,
What
man.
are we coming to, man? Because it's
Uh,
cheaper. Because
uh-huh.
it's cheaper to do that. Because you spend what? My God, even paper's expensive now. That's a bad example, but you know what I mean.
Everything is expensive, but
Yeah,
I mean, if you go to Walmart where the prices are cheapest, everything in there is Chinese. Everything. And you know what? I don't blame anybody for wanting to buy the less expensive product. I don't blame
of
anybody.
course.
If somebody were to tell me, "Hey, you want to buy this wrench for $20 or for five? Oh, give me that, five or whatever." But the point is, you don't blame Walmart and you don't blame consumers for wanting the better deal. But damn, I mean, let the politics, give it a rest and, don't abuse everybody, whether it's China or whether it's our New York politicians or our California politicians. Can we please go easy on people?
Peace. It's a new year. All right. Let 2025 be the year of love. Love.
Yeah. In,
Love. The year of
Instead, let's
love.
increase the taxes.
Yeah, that'll last for about 2 days, and then they'll do their political. This is here's your
Exactly.
love right
Come here for
here.
a hug. Come here for a hug. A little closer.
A little
A little
closer, a
closer.
little closer. Here, come here, a little closer. Let's hit you with this, and then it's like tax is like written on your hand. Pow!
Oh
Oh my
God.
God!
Well,
On
that went
that note.
downhill.
Very fast. And on that note, guys, this is when we have to like cut ourselves off
You see,
because we
this is
get
why
super,
right
super
here.
right here, right here. We have to stop before it gets like
Oh,
ridiculously
yeah,
stupid.
because we're just
So
not warming up, people.
we're just saying this could last a while. So
So, but yes,
anyway,
let's go ahead and say our goodbyes. Again,
yep,
thank you all for watching. And don't forget to please give us a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. And in the coming days, coming couple of weeks, Dexter and I are going to, ultimately figure out how we're going to do these giveaways. And I'm hoping to have the first one this month.
yep.
It's still early. So that's the goal. So anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. And hey, see you
We'll
on the
see each
next
other
one,
next week.
guys.
Yep, we'll
Yeah.
see each
All
other
right,
next
guys.
week. Take care,
Take
guys.
care, guys.